Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be doing a blue-white Phelia Riddler League in Legacy, and this is the list. I got this list from EcoBronin. Shout out to you, EcoBronin. And yeah, the list looks pretty solid. I did try blue-white Phelia before a handful of times, but I like this list a lot. I'm not a fan of like the blue white splash red lists that I've seen EcoBronin do in the past for like Pyroblast and that sort of thing. I do like the solid mana base, and I also like the notably 3 Murktides. I've noticed some people play 2, some people play 1, and some people even play 0. So yeah, so I think that when those people play 2, 1, or 0, a lot of times they're playing Teferi. I commented on one of EcoBronin's Blue White Phelia videos on YouTube, and I asked about Teferi, and he said that he didn't think Teferi was fast enough or too slow for Legacy in any deck. So yeah, I think it makes some sense what he said. I think I would rather have a Murktide than a Teferi in a lot of cases. And yeah, so this is the list. Sideboard's pretty cool. It's got the Triumph of St. Catherine, 2 Containment Priests, 2 Celestial Purge. In his video, he mentioned doing the Celestial Purge as answers to things like Kaito Bowmasters, those sort of things that are annoying for this deck to deal with in the pseudo mirror, as he calls it. And yeah, so 2 Wraths for sweepers and Prismatic Ending to get rid of little things like Tamiyo, Flip Tamiyo, etc. And yeah, so I hope you guys like the video. Let's get right into it. Round 1 on the draw, we're up against Northlight, and I see some stuff, but it's back from February. Stoneblade, Sneak and Show. We'll mold this hand, has no colored mana. And this hand is better. I'll put back the consign. Badlands. And they Thoughtseize us. So this is probably Storm. Maybe they'll take the Daze or be worried about the Tamiyo flipping. Take the Tamiyo. Take the Tamiyo. Okay. I guess that here, let's just play a Flooded Strand so they can't Wasteland us. It's possible they're on something else like Reanimator. Arid Mesa. Okay, here is a Wasteland. I will fire that off. It's possible also that this is energy, like Mardu Energy. Yep. So what's better here? Just casting swords on it or just dazing it? I think I'll just Daze it. Get a basic island, tap it, and Daze. That's why I don't like the Mardu version so much, because it's so weak to Wasteland. It's possible they have another colored mana source in their hand, like a plateau, but they don't want to get Wastelanded. But the deck's mana base is just so fragile. Chances are they have a Swords to Plowshares by now, though. Okay, drew Wasteland. And here is an Ajani. There's no Cabal Therapy in their graveyard, so I will let it resolve. Cast Phelia. Okay. This was an untapped land, I'd be pretty happy. But let's go ahead and ponder here. And this is a shuffle. Find a Wasteland. So I think what we'll do here is we'll Swords the Ajani. And then we'll Wasteland their Wasteland. And then we'll exile their cat. Alright, and here's Riddler. Hopefully they don't have the swords. There's a Wasteland. We'll blink the Riddler. And then here we'll Surveil, see what Riddler's going to draw us. It's another Murktide, so we'll bend the Murktide. And then doesn't matter what order we do those triggers in. Riddler draws us a Stifle, which is pretty good. Did they find a land? They did not. Alright. Okay, let's take a look in here. Force, Daze, Consign, Wrath, Triumph, Hydro, Purge, Ending. Force, Daze, Consign, Purge, Triumph, Ending, Wrath. And Hydroblast. I think I did that right. So just one purge. All right. This one is a mole. They start with 7. Okay, I will keep this. I'll put back the second Phelia. Here they play Guide of Souls. Okay. Drawing a land was good. Here we'll get basic island and we'll ponder. Okay, I like these cards. So we'll put back Wrath, Swords, Cameo, and we'll pass. Okay, here is a Ocelot Pride. Grab a Scrubland. Probably Thoughtseize here. Okay, another Ocelot Pride. So the Wrath of the Skies looks pretty good, but we do need to draw another white mana source. I think that here we just swords the Guide of Souls and play Tameo. And we're going to draw Wrath, so but we need to dig for more mana. Okay, here's Bombardment. So we do have a Hydroblast for that, but we really want to find mana somehow. For the Wrath, I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so they're gonna get 1 cat, but then like a bunch of cats. Okay, so there's the Wrath. I think that in order to not die, I just need to get rid of the Bombardment. And then I need to hope to draw land. And then maybe I can get back in the game. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'll go to 6. They have 2 cards in their hand. We need to draw exactly land. A white mana source. We did find it. So here we have to get a Tundra. X is currently 1. All right, fire off the Wrath. Kill all their stuff, and now I'd like to draw another land even, so that... Ooh, there's a Bowmaster. Okay. Question is, do they have swords? Because I can cast the Murktide. There's a Voice of Victory. And then I'll go to 2. If I draw a land, I could Murktide and... Okay, so... let's brainstorm here. And... yeah. Just seeing what I would have drawn. And let's go to game 3. Alright, I'll keep the sands. Should I try to get him with a Stifle, or... I think I'll just play Tamiyo here. They are playing a fetch land, but maybe if I had untapped mana, they would have played like a Plateau or something. Cabal Therapy. Probably name Brainstorm. They name Swords the Plowshares. Wow. Okay. Land? Okay, it's not a land. Okay. So they have Cabal Therapy in their graveyard. I think what I'll do is I'll put back Phelia Stifle. And then I'll play Arid Mesa and pass. think we have to stifle that so that they don't flip their Johnny. Okay, so here let's ponder while they're tapped out. And so I guess I just want to play Phelia. Oh, I have a land, so I don't need to fetch. I guess I'll go Tamiyo, Wrath, Stifle. No. Then I'll play a basic island, and here I'll plus Tamiyo. Sure, they can make the cat token, but I will stifle that. Let's float white so they reconsider. I guess I can just do it later. So they can still flip their Johnny, but they have to get rid of their cat. All right, let's plus play a land. And let's Murktide here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think on top of my deck right now is a Tamiyo. So I'll probably want to shuffle that away and surveil. All right, let's surveil here. I will keep the land. Now they probably have Bowmasters, so let's attack first. Let's plus Tamio. See what they do here. Okay, so cast Bowmasters. Let's draw a card. And if I'm gonna Wrath next turn, probably shouldn't Phelia. So let's go ahead and brainstorm here. Okay. So Murktide, no. So Murktide, then Riddler. And sure, yeah, the swords, the Bowmaster can ping my Tamio. And then we're just going to pass here. They could have another Bowmaster. So even if I Wrath, I'd be wary of ultimating Tamio. Oh, nice. They go for it here. Okay. So they ping Tamio. Tamio goes to 8. Tamio will take 2. Go to 6. And then they're choosing not to cast Cabal Therapy. Okay, so here let's plus Tamio, swing with the Murktide, and then we'll Wrath for 2, and that should be the game right there. Wrath for 2. Okay. They might scoop right here. I don't know. They have 4 cards in their hand, so it's possible they have something good. All right, and they scoop. GG's. Round 2, we're up against Grim on the play, and they do have some recent trophies, quite a bit of them actually. And they are a Cradle Control player. And I've played quite a bit of Cradle Control, so this looks like a Scythecat Cub with no natural order list. But kind of spicy though with Tyvar Jubilant Brawler. Untap up to 1 creature, mill 3 cards. Graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. And let's see, do they play Wasteland? They play 3 Wasteland. So I will keep this hand. This hand's pretty good. And I'll just go basic island ponder here. Okay, this is fine. This will get me in basic planes. So I'll go land, ponder, marsh flats, and then I'll pass. So next turn we'll draw ponder. Even force something, pitch ponder. Okay, so here is hierarch. So I have another land on top, which I kind of don't mind having that much. So that's the last card that I know about. It's a land on top, a Scalding Tarn. So I think here I'm just going to ponder without shuffling, and we find some good cards here. So I'll probably Swords the Hierarch. So we'll put back Force of Will. Force of Will, Riddler, Scalding Tarn, and then here I'm just going to Swords the Ignoble Hierarch and pass. So on top of our deck is Riddler and then Force. So they do choose to Wasteland us here. And here is a Safekeeper, which I am not going to mess around with. So we draw Riddler. On top of our deck is a Force of Will that I will be shuffling away. Let's see if they play Scythe Cat Cub here. Potentially white. Okay, so here's a white. Okay, let's get basic planes. Cast Phelia. So here we want to draw swords. So we'll play the land first so that we can draw 2 off Riddler. And yeah, I guess here we Phelia will die, but we'll get to keep the Riddler. Here we'll get Basic Island, and we'll play Tamiyo. And then Riddler will draw us a card here. Draw Force of Will. So depending on what they do, we can force it. And then we will draw 2 cards off the Riddler. Unless they phase it out, which I doubt they'll do. Okay, here is a Noble Hierarch. I'm not going to block. They can do some stuff like sack the Noble Hierarch, get a Dryad Arbor, and then somehow kill the Dryad Arbor, and then my Quantum Riddler is dead. So here, I think what we'll do is we will just slam Murktide and Wasteland them. So okay, so they go to 15. Let's Wasteland them. And then before they get a chance to exile my graveyard, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was considering keeping the swords, but I think I'm just going to play a big Murktide here. And now we'll hold up Force of Will, which will, this Riddler will draw us 2 cards. Okay, here they cast Once Upon a Time. I'll let that go. And there's the Scythe Guy Cub, which I will counter because that's like, that's like their Craterhoof, basically. Instead of playing Craterhoof, they're trying to do the 20-ish points of damage through Scythe Cat Cub, through fetch lands, or searching for lands with Wide of the Reliquary, or Reclaimer, Elvish Reclaimer. Okay, here's another white. This time if they attack, I am going to block with Murktide. But yeah, I don't think they will. So now I think my Tamiyo will flip because of Riddler. Oh, I guess it doesn't. So what I can do is draw a card. I'm attacking them for 11. I'm not sure how good Consign is. Because these are activated abilities. But if they get Talon Gates of Madara, I could consign it. So I think what I'll do here is I'll attack with, so this is 11 damage. I think I'll just attack like this. Keep Riddler back as a blocker. And then I'll draw a card here. This flips Tamiyo. So now they want to phase out my Tamiyo, but I could consign it. I will consign it. Because now they only have one card in their hand. And if it's a creature and they sack it, both their whites will get +1/+1. So it would be 12 damage, but -1 each, so that's 10. But I have a blocker, but sometimes they play 2 Talon Gates, so let's look at their list. 2 Talon Gates. Okay. So it's possible we die here. Let's see. Maybe they don't have a creature, though. They have endurance. They might be 1 point of damage short, though. Oh no, because they get Dryad Arbor. Yeah, they played this very well. And then they get the second Talon Gates. Yeah, opponent played this very, very well. All right, let's go to game 2. Daze, Consign, Stifle. 3 Daze, 3 Consign, Stifle. Two Consign, 3 Stifle. 2 Wrath. 2 Triumph. 2 Ending. And 2 Priest. This is a non-natural order deck, though. But they play Green Sun Zenith, and they could like Green Sun for Grist. Might be just better to play Celestial Purge to get rid of the white and the Grist. I'll just do the Priest. All right, let's keep this hand. get a basic island here. And play Tamiyo. So Abrupt Decay, Force Snuff Out. Yeah, post board they have a lot more removal. Okay, so here they play Noble Hierarch. They did not fetch a Bayou, so I'm not concerned about Snuff Out right now. So we did find a land. So I think what we'll do here is Swords the Ignoble, and we can keep one of the Murktides to pitch. So we'll put back Murktide Priest, Tamiyo flips. Yeah, I don't know though. Maybe I keep the. No, I think it's correct to Swords the Ignoble. I can always counter their white or Scythe Cat. So now they have pressure on them to somehow kill my Tamiyo with something like Abrupt Decay or something. So here, let's counter the white with Force. All right, so now let's ponder here, try to dig for a land. We do find a land. So last card, Containment Priest, then Murktide, then Wasteland. Ponder's ability, no. I just want a plus Tamiyo. I think so. Do I want to Wasteland them? I think not. Can play the Containment Priest. We'll see here. If I regret that, I think I want to keep my lands. Another thing about them having a Bayou is that the Snuff Out is turned on. Okay. Sure. Safekeeper. And then the Talon Gates on the Safekeeper. And then here is a Badgermole Cub. And I think I'm going to stifle that. So they may have endurance, but I'm gonna Wasteland first, and then Murktide before they get a chance to endurance. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll leave a swords in the graveyard, and then I'll plus Tamiyo and pass. So now they're under pressure to get rid of my Tamiyo somehow. So they have 3 mana. Play Grist. Okay. They got to sack a creature though, so what are they going to sack? They sack the Safekeeper to get rid of Tamiyo. Pretty good. Okay, let's attack Grist here. They have 2 cards in their hand. Four mana. They attack with Badger Mole Cub. I'm actually gonna flash in Containment Priest and block here. So I think they have a Snuff Out. So let's attack first. Pretty sure they have a Snuff Out. They don't. Okay. Now, do I want to ponder? I guess so, because I can find a land, and then I can... Okay, so... Wasteland... Brainstorm... Tundra... No. And then I'll play the Tundra and pass. Hold up Containment Priest in case they try to Green Sun Zenith. Okay, so here they Endurance. I don't think they're going to Endurance me though, because it'll grow my Murktide. They Endurance them. Interesting. Now I'm hoping that they... Maybe they're trying to put Grist back in their deck. So here's the Green Sun. A green creature card. So the thing about Containment Priest is that, and Green Sun Zenith, is that they can still grab Grist because of the text on Grist, but I'll still flash it in because it's possible they're going for something else. Okay. Here they get rid of my Murktide. And we're going to draw Brainstorm. We draw another Murktide. Okay, so we put back Wasteland, Brainstorm, and here I'll attack Grist first because it's possible they have a Snuff Out and they'll waste it on the Containment Priest. And here I will Murktide. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll pass. And then we'll be drawing Brainstorm. Okay, so here, let's just attack first. I don't know what's in their hand, but I'm going to attack with both. Okay. Yeah, let's brainstorm here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Wasteland, Marsh Flats. See what they block. They might just block the Murktide. See what they do. Block the Containment Priest. They go to 5. And then I'll warp this to draw 2 cards. And then I think I want to Surveil, but I also want to get rid of their black mana. I know they can make it with the Talon Gates, but I'm more concerned about the Snuff Out. Okay, green sun for 2. They get Badger Mole. Yeah, that'll buy them a turn. They attack for 4. Yes. So here they have to sack it. All right, I appreciate my opponent conceding here because I only have 7 minutes left on the clock. So maybe they drew like a land or something. Sand is bad. Triple Murktide, no white mana. It's a 1-lander, no cantrip. All right, we'll go to 5. This I'll keep, and I think we'll bottom Murktide, Riddler. Yeah, I want to ponder first turn. They keep 7. Reveal white. Plague Noble, draw land. It's not a land. You know what? I think I'm just going to get basic planes. I know that it's risky, but I have a Phelia, I have another Swords, and yeah. I have limited time to win this round, this game. 6 minutes, 50 seconds. Okay, here they Thoughtseize. Let's see what they take. Probably the Phelia, maybe. Maybe the Swords, actually. Definitely not the Ponder. Sure. Bazooka Bog. Snuff out. Yeah. I don't have the blue mana. Well, I'm starting to regret it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna ponder here. And there is a Containment Priest and more lands. So I think what I'll do is bottom Arid Mesa. Scalding Tarn, Containment Priest, no. Sure. Island. I'm just gonna go for it. I realized that they could flash in a creature and then phase it out, but I'm just gonna go for it here. I'm gonna attack. You thought sees me, take my Murktide, pretty good. Play a Misty Rainforest. It's gonna be close. See what they drew. Guy's Cradle. Both these cards are uncastable. They go to 5. Alright, let's Wasteland that. Okay. Okay, let's surveil here. Keep that. White, blue. There's a Safekeeper. Okay, so here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Wrath for 1 because it doesn't target the Safekeeper. I never thought this game would be Containment Priest soloing the game. Okay, here's Scythecat Cub. Brainstorm first. And we'll put back Force Tameo. And then here I'll Swords the Cat. Attack. They go to 2, and then I'll counter whatever they do. Alrighty, round 3 on the draw. We're up against T-Man Rocks. And they play a bunch of other formats, no legacy trophies. We're going to mull this hand. And this hand will keep. Put back the second Phelia. Here is a Thoughtseize. Sure. Probably take Phelia. Yep. Okay, here I'll play Tundra. I was going to play the Surveilland, but since I drew a Brainstorm, okay, we'll put back I think we'll put back land, land, land. And then I think what we'll do here is we could Daze it. So we could play off basics. Also just force it, but that doesn't seem right. Sure, I'll let them Thoughtseize me. It's alright. They can Wasteland me as well. I have some lands on top. Okay, they take the Force of Will. They do Wasteland me here. There's Surveil land on top of my deck. I think I'll Surveil right now. Another Swords, no. Play Tamiyo here and pass. Alright, so here is a Fatal Push. Let's Daze that. Another Fatal Push? Sure. I don't know what they're playing. Maybe they're playing Blue-Black Tempo and kept a bad hand. Sure. I will Brainstorm here. And I'll put back Force Phelia, and then pass. So we're holding up Force Will and yeah, actually, yeah, they can play the Netherglaive. I'll just Swords it. So right now we have a Force Will on top of my deck. I think they just kept a horrendous hand. It's possible this is mono black, but I don't know. Okay, they force pitch ponder, so it is blue black. Let's force back here. I want to keep the Phelia. Consign's not that good in this matchup. We have another force. Okay, they go to 15. Feel kind of bad for them. They kept a hand with only black mana, and Draw Stifle, which is pretty good. It's a blue card for force, and if they play like another card for something, we can blink it and then stifle it. They did draw land, but it's a Wasteland. I think they'll keep it this time. I think I'll try to flip Tamiyo next turn and just not crack this clue. Okay, they drew the blue. Okay, here they ponder. I'll let that go. First blue spell on turn 10. My cat's an escape artist. Okay, so here, yeah, we'll just pass here, or go to our turn, I mean. And drew another blue card, which is nice. No blink. Make a clue. And they may have a Force of Will, so I'm just gonna flip Tamiyo with the clue token, so I don't have to worry about countering back their Force of Will. All right. So against blue-black Tempo, Dimir, Force, Consign, Purge, Triumph, Ending. Consign, Purge, Triumph, Ending. Force, Consign, Purge, Triumph, Ending. I think I'm going to keep it. Solid mana. Okay, here's a Brainstorm, which makes me want to do that before they can Bowmaster. So I'm going to Brainstorm here. Wow, they force pitch Flow State. Interesting. Here's a Wasteland. And they Thoughtseize us. Take the Phelia again. That Phelia would have been very good. Yeah, I guess we'll just play a land and pass. They Thoughtseize us. Sure. Maybe they'll take the Stifle here. But maybe they'll see the Riddler and want to take that. They take the Stifle so that they can fetch. Makes sense. They get a basic. Yeah, and then they're fetching before I draw another Stifle. And here I will Surveil. I don't care if they Wasteland me. And then now is a good time to ponder because they have no black mana open. So let's go ahead and ponder here. Okay, here they brainstorm. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is go Wasteland, Triumph, Stifle. Triumph, Stifle, no. And then I will I'll play a Flooded Strand, but I do not want to crack it. Okay, so here they Wasteland me. Should I Stifle it? You know what? I will Stifle it. I have a Riddler in my hand, but I want to make sure that Triumph hits the battlefield, and so this Nethergoyf, they could have Daze. Yes. White, blue. Ooh, Force Pitch Consign. I think that I can always swords the Nethergoyf next turn. I think that I want to draw 2 cards here while I'm not possibly going to have Bowmaster cast. So we draw 2 lands, which is not good, but at least I have mana to hard cast the Riddler next turn. And they drew a land, so I know the Riddler is going to resolve. So we draw yet another land. Riddler hits the battlefield. We draw Brainstorm. So Riddler should be kind of hard for them to remove. They put a card on top. It could just be a cantrip though, but they're gonna need like Snuff Out or Sheoldred's Edict or something. So here's a Barragoyf. I do have swords though, so I think that first I'm gonna brainstorm here. They have no cards in their hand, and I'll put back land, and then I'll shuffle here, and then I'll brainstorm again. And here is Phelia Riddler. Already played a land. So I think what I'll do here is I'll hide Daze, Wasteland. The Daze might be useful though. They're not, no, I want to put Phelia. So it's either Wasteland then Phelia or Daze then Phelia. So I think I'll do Daze then Phelia. No, wait a second. I want to cast Phelia at the end of their turn. So I'll do Wasteland, Swords. And then here I'll Swords the Baragoyf. And I'll attack with Quantum Riddler for 4. Should be GG at this point. They'll hit me for 3. If they cast, I'm only really afraid of like Baragoyf and Murktide. They drew a land though. So here's Phelia. There's the swords. There's another Riddler. They'll probably scoop right here. Yep. GG. Round 4. We're up against Lotus Petal Fish on the draw. And they have 1 trophy. And it's Vroomsday with 3 cars. And it's from 3 days ago. Try to surveil into something. I think I'm going to keep this hand against a combo deck. Verdant Catacombs. They may be on something else. Underground Sea. Okay. Here is a Dark Ritual. I think we let that go and then counter the Doomsday. Here's a car. Force Pitch Daze. Nice. So now they have 3 cards left in their hand. Let's see what we draw here. We draw a Wasteland. I think let's plan to Wasteland them next turn. And let's surveil here. We can hold up Daze. All right, let's surveil here. Quantum Riddler. I do not want to draw a Quantum Riddler. Yeah, we'll let the days go. I want to see what I'm drawing next turn. They missed the land drop, so maybe I should have dazed. We'll see though. I can still wasteland them. Okay. Here, let's wasteland. Lotus petal. Sure. Dark ritual. Sure. And Daze. Oof. Okay. Okay, let's see what's in there. Exile. 1 force, 2 force, 3 force. 1 force, 2 force, 3 force. Okay, let's see how many days. 1, 2, 3. 3 force, 3 days. So there's one more force in their pile. Yeah, this Murktide would have been really good as a Daze right now. Okay, they got a basic island. We draw swords. So, are they going to be able to win on their turn? Let's see. 1, 2. Murktide would be a 5/5. I guess I'm just going to play Murktide here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next turn, if I get a next turn, I can hold up double swords. All right, we got there. Carpet of Flowers, interesting. Oh, this isn't a trophy. This is them in 32nd place in on a challenge. Voice of Victory. Okay, so we're gonna mull this hand. They begin with 7. All right. I will keep this over going to 5. I'll put back Murktide. Okay, they take consign. We draw Murktide. Here we'll play Flooded Strand and pass. They play Polluted Delta. Okay, here they ponder. That's fine. I think I'm gonna not surveil here. I'd like to catch them, if you will, on their fetch if they decide to crack. And if I go to fetch to surveil, they're gonna crack their Polluted Delta. They already know I have Stifle. Force of Negation's good. We'll play Island and pass. Here I'll surveil. I don't want another Stifle. Okay, draw Force of Will. Play Lotus Petal. Here they Thought Seize. Sure. They might just take Murktide here. Yep. Took Murktide. All right, let's ponder. Okay, so swords. Ponder, flooded strand. No. And I'll make my land drop and pass. Got him. Okay, here is a flow state, but it's for one card. So I'm going to let the flow state go since it's just for one card. My cat's getting something. One sec. Jack, what are you doing? Oh. Never mind. He was just in a bag. I thought he was like getting a bag of something. Okay, so they got one card from the flow state. Here we're going to draw Ponder. But the next card is Swords. So I'm going to fetch here. Get a Tundra and Ponder. Okay, there's a Phelia. So I do want to get Phelia into play. So I guess I'll go land, brainstorm, Phelia. No. And then here I'll pass. Okay, here's a dark ritual. Sure. Here's a Doomsday. I'm assuming they have a force coming back at me. All I have is Daze here. Okay, so they force pitch Daze. And okay. Perhaps I should have kept the Brainstorm in my hand so I could hold up double force, double blue card. It just felt like a long time without any sort of threat. But we'll see here. They're going to go to 6. I'm going to flash in Phelia. Swing, they're going to go to 4. I'm also going to get to Brainstorm. This is all assuming I have one more turn. So, one or more turns, I should say. One force, 2 force. So there's 2 Force of Wills. 1, 2, 3. So 2 Force of Wills. I guess I put back Plains Fetchland because I do want to Wasteland them here. So I think I'll attack first. Blink their Lotus Petal just because. Okay, cycling, sacrifice a land. They're probably thinking about, like, do I have Stifle? But I don't. Okay, so here they duress me. One interesting thing is I could Daze it and make them use their Lotus Petal mana. So I think I will do that. Actually, I could just return the my basic island. So now they have to use their Lotus Petal if they want to see what's in my hand. Okay, they don't pay. Now we're going to draw a fetch land, which is not good. And we have to play the fetch land because there's a basic plains on top of my deck that we don't want to draw. So they're at 2. If they pass the turn to me and Phelia connects, they're exactly dead, but they only have 2 cards on their library, so they should be able to figure out how to win here. Okay, here's a Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay. Nice. Beat Vroomsday. GG. Okay, trophy round, round 5. We're on the play against KR Mont 22. And nothing from 2026. They play some vintage. Most recent is Cloud Post. A while back they were on Eldrazi. That's a few years ago though. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. Here I'll Flooded Strand and pass. Okay, basic swamp. Let's get basic island and brainstorm. Guess we'll put back Wasteland, Wasteland. Here, I'll probably ponder and shuffle. Let's see, though. One of the cards is Wasteland. Okay, so 2 Wastelands and a Tamiyo. Let's shuffle this. We find a Misty Rainforest, so we'll just play that and pass. They still don't know what we're on, and if they look at my recent trophies, they'll see Dimir Tempo as far as blue decks. Okay, here's an Underground Sea. And here's a Ponder. Sure. Okay, Lotus Petal. And here's a Thoughtseize. Daze. Okay, so could force pitch, stifle. I think I will do that. Force, pitch, stifle. Wow, okay. They force pitch Ponder, and now they take my Murktide. All right. Don't want another Swords. At least we got some counter spells out of their hand. They know I have a Wasteland, so let's see how they play this. So they play Underground Sea. And here's Dark Ritual. And here's another Doomsday. 2 force, 3 force, 4 force of will, 1 daze, 2 days, 3 days. 4 force, 3 days. So I think they're just going to go for it here. They have 1 card in their hand. Give me something good. We draw Wasteland, which is not good. They'll probably have Basic Island in the pile. I don't know. Actually, maybe it's Cavern of Souls. Alright, I really need something good here. Draw another Wasteland. I guess we'll just play it. Okay, they sack a land, draw a card. And we flow stay just like last game. Doomsday. So this is a 1 card flow state. Maybe this was the card that was in their hand. I can't imagine putting flow state in the pile. So now they have 1 more card left. Okay, here is a ponder. I guess we take another ponder. Can always shuffle it. Any order. Yes. Okay, here's Quantum Riddler. So I will play out the Wasteland. Because next turn, I can hardcast Quantum Riddler. Or just use it to draw 2 cards. Okay, here's a Lotus Petal. Cavern of Souls. And Thassa's Oracle. They have 0 cards on their library, though. Greater than or equal to, yeah. So even if Swords resolves, it's still 0 still works because they have 0 cards. It's a tricky one. Okay, so Phelia Wasteland for 2 negation. I feel like this pilot knows what they're doing a little better than the last one. The last one seemed a little bit more new to the deck, I guess I could say. So I played a paper tournament recently, I was playing Boros Energy, and um, the final of the tournament, it was like a 33 person event, and I was in seventh. I went 3-2. But the final was Blue White Phelia versus Vroomsday, and we'll mull this hand. And the Doomsday pilot juked into like moon shadows, um, that type of stuff. So, do I put back a Murktide or a land? Maybe just a land, because I'll probably pitch one of the Murktides to force, and then I have another Murktide. So I'll just put back a Tundra. All right, here we will Tamiyo and then pass. So Tamiyo resolves. They play Scalding Tarn, Lotus Petal. We draw Quantum Riddler. Here we'll play a land and pass. Would have been nice to stifle them right there. They're surveilling. Okay, here's a Dark Ritual. I could force the Dark Ritual, or I could wait for them to cast the Doomsday and then force that. So let's let the Dark Ritual go through. Okay, here's the Doomsday. So let's go ahead and force that. It works. I think that here I'm gonna surveil, because maybe I can draw 2 cards from the Riddler, but I would need it to be a land, and I don't want another Riddler anyways. So here I want to draw a land. Don't draw a land. So I kind of want to crack one of these clues to draw a card to find a land. I think I will do that. It's not a land, but it is a force of will. Okay, here is a brainstorm. We'll let the brainstorm go. Here's a Cavern of Souls on Dragon. What the heck? Maybe they misclicked. Okay, here's a flow state. So should I force the flow state? I think I am going to force the flow state. I will force pitch. I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. I think I'll force pitch Riddler. So here I still want to draw land to play Murktide around Daze. Oh, I actually need a land. Okay, draw Brainstorm, which is not bad. But we have our guard down right now. As far as them casting Doomsday or whatever. Okay, here's another flow state. This one I have to let go through. They play an Underground Sea, Dark Ritual, Barragoyf. Okay. So now I have to, number 1, get rid of the Barragoyf. Why'd they choose Dragon though? It must be a misclick. I highly doubt they have any dragons in their deck. Oh, the Murktide. Right. Obviously. So maybe here they are playing the Barragoyf to eat a swords, and then they just cast a big old Murktide. We draw Stifle. Okay, so I think that here first we swords and then we brainstorm. Let's see if they have Daze. They do not have Daze. We did find a land. Found 2 lands. So I think here we put back Phelia Murktide. And then Phelia Murktide. Could have a Snuff Out or something. I don't think they play Snuff Out though. Okay, here we plus Phelia. And then they can keep their Dragonland. And then let's Wasteland that one in case they daze us at some point. They have to return a Surveil land to hand. So now, okay, they flow state. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can make a 7/7 Murktide. Play Swamp. And they Thoughtseize us. Sure. They take Consign to Memory. One, two, three, four, 5. So I think that what we do here is we Murktide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can return the Force of Will. And Murktide becomes an 8/8 anyways. Okay, so what we can do here is we can Force a Will it. It can't be countered. But then we can return. Oh, no, we can't. We can't. Okay, so oh yeah, that's right. We have Tamiyo on top. Well, I'm attacking. They can block if they want. All right, we'll play Tamiyo here. Here is a brainstorm. Should I force the brainstorm? I think I am going to force the brainstorm. Okay, Tamiyo is being attacked. Clear attacker stay. And I'll block. Bearwife. And there's a Bearwife. Okay. So need to put back 2 cards. Can return something. Yeah, I guess we just pass here. Oh no. Just really need a swords. Okay, I guess we put back land, and then we'll have to shuffle. We can take one more hit from the Baragoyf. Here's a Ponder. Could block the Baragoyf, but then the Murktide's gonna end up killing me. If I block the Baragoyf, Murktide swings at me for 8. I have 2 looks at a swords. If I don't block the Baragoyf, I'll take 5, go to 4, and I have 1 look. Okay, so I'm gonna block the Baragoyf now. Okay, here is an Arid Mesa. One more look to find a swords or like a brainstorm, ponder, something along those lines. Okay, so here they ponder. Yeah, so I've only seen 1 swords. So there's 3 more in 35 cards. I'm no mathematician, but chances are not that low. Draw Phelia. All right. GG's. There you guys have it. It's a 4-1 league. Decently happy with the results. We beat Doomsday once and then lost to the other Doomsday. I don't think the other Doomsday played car, or maybe they sideboarded the car out. But yeah. Catch you guys on the next video. Till next time.